Go ahead and record. All right. You're reading my mind. So perfect. So let's start off with some good news. Who got some good news today? Group. I mean, we got some awesome agents sitting over here. I know Rena just kind of chimed in a little. I mean, I don't know if you want to say it again. If you got some more good news, Rena always got good news. So I mean, I love to have her on. So she's Mrs. Consistent, which I like about her. So
yeah, I signed up.
You want to share some more?
2 today. 2 are signing today.
Woo! That's awesome. That's awesome, Rena.
Yeah.
She's a in the streets.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
So who else got some good news they want to share?
I just signed 3 listings.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
3 listings. Congratulations. In where listings are gold, you just signed up 3 of them. That's awesome.
Yo.
All right. Who else got some good news?
Okay, I have some good news. I had 2 closings this week and 2 closings last week. I don't think I've ever had that many closings like within a week span.
Let's go, Sharon.
Yeah, one of them is somebody that I was working with back before I was even with EXP, and she finally got to where she needed to be.
I love
Congratulations on the foreclosing, Sharon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. 4 in a month. Let's go.
Come on, let's hear 2 more. Let's hear at least 2 more, right, James?
Let's go. Who else got some good news they want to share?
Come on. Oh, come on, guys. I know I want to hear 2 more before I get started. All right, what do we got?
I'm meeting with a new agent today who is hopefully coming on. Fingers crossed for me, please, everyone.
Let's go, Michelle. I love it. I love it.
Good morning from Vegas. I met with a real estate investor this week and just offered to help him as an agent, and actually signed him up so he's getting his daily email so he can help. I can help him find a property.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Love it, Gilbert. All right. Anybody else with some good news they want to share with the group?
Man, I got this beautiful fake plant from IKEA. Man, it's a dangerous section when you get into the fake plants. I'll tell you what, it's right at the end too, right? When you think you had enough, man, you grab like 3 of those on the way out.
Love it.
As long as they're not any other type of plant. So, you know.
Right. Well, no, those ones we don't bring on camera.
All right.
Cool. Well, look, what I have here, man, honestly, is a treat for y'all. I mean, this dude, Nick Krem, content king, and the reason being is because like he puts out more content and more people get business than anybody I know. So I mean, I'm appreciative to have him and call him up, but more importantly, I'm appreciative for what he's been able to do to help my business and what he's been able to do to help us. I know we still probably have some people just gonna be jumping in, but
yeah,
man, I'm gonna let you go ahead and take it, dude.
Man, I'm super excited. Before I get started here, guys, this is a content call. Let me see here. We got about half of the cameras off right now. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to turn those on, because I'll tell you what, I just might, James. I might send something to you. I'm gonna have you take a screenshot of the people who got their cameras on. I'm gonna send you some free things here that only the people with the cameras on are gonna get. All right. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to throw it on real quick. But guys, throw your cameras on, because I'm gonna send James some training after this. That you can only get if you get your cameras on. So before I get started, I think a lot of times I love coming on calls and talking about things, but I also like making it custom to you guys. So before I get started, I want to hear 3 challenges, roadblocks, something that might be holding you back from getting on video that I can possibly speak on during this presentation. So like I said, before I get started, I want to hear from 3 people. What is a roadblock? What is something you're coming to? Maybe you tried video. It's not going as well as you thought. Maybe it's going great and you want to do better. Maybe you just haven't started yet. So I want to hear from 3 people before we get started.
Procrastination.
Procrastination. That's a big one. That's a big one. How long would you say you're procrastinating? Who said that, by the way?
I did. Sharon Bignell.
Sharon. All right, Sharon. How long would you say you've been procrastinating? Like, how long have you known that video is going to be this big part of your business?
Probably months.
Months, yeah.
It's not like I've never done a video. I mean, I've
Right.
done videos and some of them are terrible and I'm not really worried about that. I'm just
Right.
trying to do them anyway. I just don't do them. Like I haven't done one for probably 3-4 months.
Right.
I just don't get around to it.
No, I'm definitely with you there. And, a lot of times too, it also comes down to, how much time is dedicated to this, right? Is somebody sharing their screen or is that just my computer? Ah, there we go. Now I can see everybody. I don't know why I couldn't before. No, I'm definitely with you. Coming down to like, what do I say? What do I do? How do I get these videos done in a timely enough fashion where it makes sense to do it? Because I think at the end of the day, I think a lot of these self-proclaimed gurus out there, they try and tell you how to do these video courses. Has anybody here ever bought a video course? You went through the entire thing and you're like, man, I feel like it's more complicated than when I bought this course, right? Or you went to an event and you went there to make it simple and you walked out of there more confused than when you walked in, right? Like the whole purpose of me hopping on here is my goal is to hopefully make this a lot simpler for you guys, not make it more difficult. I definitely see where you're coming from there, Sharon. All right, procrastination. That's one big one. Let me hear another one before we go ahead and get started.
Analysis paralysis.
Analysis
I
paralysis.
think it's strange.
Ooh, I like it. I like it. That was Sicily. Is that Sicily?
Yes.
All right. Tell me what that means to you.
Trying to find the right platform, I guess, or something that's appealing to audiences.
Right.
So I get caught up in the aesthetics.
Right.
Versus actually getting up and just doing it.
Right. Like you need the fake plant. Like everybody knows that. That's a big piece, right? No, but I get what you're saying. Just what do I actually need to do? What's actually going to work? How am I going to get in front of these people? And then you end up asking yourself so many questions that you almost talk yourself out of it. I think a lot of times too, we're all on this call because we're master negotiators. What we don't realize sometimes is we're negotiating our way out of doing videos and a lot of the things we should be doing too, right? So I think that is a big one, Cicely. Thank you for sharing. Like I said, I want to hear one more before we go ahead and get started.
Coming up with the ideas.
Oh, we're going to hear a little bit more than one. I like it. What do you got, Michelle?
Coming up with the ideas themselves.
Yes, that is a big one. Like, what do I say? What do I do? Like, how do I keep shooting video? Like, how do I do a video every day? How do
I do a video every day. And like, it's so hard to like think of the ideas all the time.
Right. I'm with you.
My issue is being able to distribute the video content to all social media outlets at the same time versus having to upload them separately. Now, I know Facebook and Instagram, you can do it at the same time, but what about the others? TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, it's just so many. So is there something where you can just upload them all at one time?
I think that's where that's a great question. I'm gonna dive into that one first too, because I think the repurposing of content is very important, right? Because different forms like Twitter, like you just said, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, those are 3 completely different platforms, right? So how do you take one video and repurpose it to all of them? For us, I'll tell you, that's why we built part of the company. Well, part of the company that I do provides that service where we like take your 20-minute video and break it down into 1-minute videos. Take the 1-minute videos and break it down into transcriptions. So as a whole, when you're talking about YouTube shorts, like YouTube and YouTube shorts are 2 different ball games. I don't want to get into details on that too much here, but here's what I would say. If you guys download StreamYard, that's going to be your best friend, or StreamYard.com. StreamYard.com. StreamYard allows you to stream to Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn at the same time. So now you stream to 3 platforms at once. You can add your graphics to the screen. You can have an intro video on there. You can have a professionally made video while you're live. To me, that was one of my best friends. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to take it a step further for you guys too. You can literally download his audio right from StreamYard. And here's a second website. I'll type these in here so you guys could all make sure you get that. StreamYard.com, and then this place, and then Buzzsprout. Those are two websites I definitely recommend. If you guys want to take your content to the next level, these are two websites I definitely recommend getting. Buzzsprout.com. You can download your video right from StreamYard and upload it as an audio and get it listed on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google. So in a matter of 10 minutes, I go live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. I download it and I have a podcast on 4 major platforms. That's all within a matter of 10 minutes, right? So for me, that's one of the ways that we're able to repurpose at a high level and continue to get in front of our audience really fast and really efficiently too. Something I also do too is, Michelle, this is something that you were asking about, like what content do I shoot? What do I say? What do I do? One of my favorite types of videos to do, and this is actually, I've been able to, guys, just a little bit about me. I've been able to grow my business into 13 countries in all 50 states using an organic video, right? I wish I could say $0 in ads, but I spent like $200 in ads once. And I'm like, all right, that's not for me. So I had to go like the organic route, right? I had to stick to what I know. Man, I'll tell you what, mastering the interview was a way that, number one, I was able to really blow up my business because I was like, I want to get my business in Arizona, right? This is a true story. I want to get my business in Arizona because that was a state that I wasn't in yet about 2 years ago. And I was thinking of all these different agents and like different ways to reach out to them. I'm like, but if I interview Chuck Fazio and I get Chuck to get what we get, Chuck knows like 900 agents just on his team. He had like the largest independent brokerage. So I'm like, if I interview Chuck, then I'm going to get a lot more business. And then we did that. And wouldn't you know what? Our business blew up in Arizona. So this concept was, I'm going to interview the biggest people I know in certain sectors because they know people who know, like, and trust them. And that's how we're going to build our business. Think about this. I always say real estate agents are great at two things: drinking and meeting people. Y'all crush it at those two things, right? So let's take that meeting people one and let's really utilize that. Think about all these connections that you guys have had: business owners, title reps, lenders, and utilizing this in the interview process. So here would be a strategy that I would do to help you create more content. Once every 2 weeks, I would interview a mortgage lender. During one of these interviews, just go over a market update. Why? Because here's the thing. You guys don't have to sit here and think about all the questions you're going to ask during a market update. What do I say? You literally just go live and talk to the lender about the market. You're literally just giving your audience a market update. And you take that video and you message it to past clients, current clients, leads, and nurtures. So not only do you create video content for all your platforms, you also create a message to your entire audience. And then the other week, I would go over part of a program that they do, whether it's first-time home buyers, whether it's FHA, whether it's what not to do when you're getting a loan. Because here's why. What happens when somebody's about to be getting a loan? You can send them that video and be like, hey, here are 3 tips from you in the video that explain to you 3 things not to do when applying for a loan. So now you take that video that you just shot and utilize it in your everyday life, utilizing your everyday business, right? And here's my favorite part of an interview. I ask 4 questions and I look like a rock star, right? I bring people on all day and I just ask them questions and be like, man, you're so smart. I'm like, I really didn't say anything, right? All I did was smile and wave. What was that? Penguins of Madagascar. Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. That's all I did, right? So for me, it was, for me, the interviews were a great way to do it. And then just think about the other people in the process, title, survey, and bringing people on to, number one, I love doing local people. If you're doing local real estate, bringing on local vendors because they also have an audience of people. So every time I tag James, I'm going to get agents in Atlanta, right? So if you bring on local vendors, all of a sudden, people are going to start seeing your shows. I'll tell you what, Michelle, like you were saying too, like, what do I say in these videos? Great. I bring on people, I ask 4 questions and I look great. I don't have to sit there, come up with scripts. And again, if I stop talking, somebody else is there to pick it up, right? Interviews are a great way to really continue to create content at a high level, right? And it's a great way to grow your audience. So if I keep tagging more people, eventually my audience is going to grow. So on that same subject, here's a great way to grow your audience and a great way to create content and to keep people engaging. Because I know a lot of times too, on social media, we like to think our competition is these other real estate agents. Our competition do you remember this, James? Do you remember who our true competition is? You remember this slide, don't you?
Babies.
Booties and babies. That's our competition on social media, guys. On Instagram, it's these dang Instagram models posting it. You know what all over it. On Facebook, it's babies. Man, I'll tell you what, my cousin has like 200 Facebook friends. She gets 500 likes every time she posts a damn baby picture. Thought about getting like one of the two, but I'm like, you know what? Those aren't my strong suits. Booties and babies, I'm out. So I had to come up with other ways, right? How am I going to engage my audience? So here's the thing. Here's one great way to engage your audience. Google the top 10 most interesting places in your city and go and shoot your videos there. Why? Because your audience already said, hey, I like this place. It's interesting. It's entertaining. So if you're worried about what you look like, what you sound like, guess what? They're not even looking at you. They're looking at the background, right? But also you get them to do the hardest thing, which is to stop the scroll. So initially I'm like, oh, I know that place. It's in my city. Especially if you're in like a smaller, I know you guys are all in Atlanta, and I'll tell you what, the one time I went down to you guys and I had like 4 events planned, right? And everybody said they were in Atlanta. Man, I drove 2 hours one day, 3 hours the next, then an hour and a half. I'm like, you guys are not all in Atlanta. It doesn't work like that. But like when you guys can get specific about your city and your place.
Nick, we from all over, by the way, buddy.
What's up, James?
Not the mess flow, but we from all over Atlanta, Carolina,
Right.
California.
Oh, nice.
We all over here.
Yeah, James, I don't know if you remember that. Somebody was actually in Peachtree City. I'm like, this is not Atlanta. Somebody was in like north, south. It was insane because I'm like, everyone says Atlanta, but it's really big. So like when you get really specific about the certain area, I'll tell you what, if I see a video of somebody shooting in a small town, North Royalton, Ohio, where I grew up at, I'm going to stop and watch. I'm like, ooh, crap, I know that place. So you instantly get people to stop the scroll and watch your video. Here's a great way to keep people engaged too. So once a month, interview a local business owner. And then here's the language pattern you use right at the beginning of the video. Hey guys, to one person who shares this video, to be for Facebook, right? You can do Instagram too. It's a little more difficult to track. So on Facebook, to one person who shares this video, I'm going to give you $100 gift card to James's Bistro. So what's going to happen? Anybody who likes to go to James's Bistro, who lives by it, is going to like to share the video, right? And then if I share the video, then my friends are going to see it, and then they might share it. And then at the end of your video and at the beginning, let them know, hey guys, stay tuned for more giveaways. Woo! If that's not the magic line, more giveaways, free food. If it's basically saying, hey guys, if you like free food and you like businesses nearby, go ahead and friend me. Go ahead and follow me. Right? Free food is a great way to get more business. I don't know about you guys, but it's worked for me in the past very, very well. But here's what happens, right? That business owner, anytime somebody asks them about an agent now, who are they going to think of first? Right? The agent who interviewed them, the agent who promoted their business, right? What's up, Michelle?
Okay, so what do you interview them about? Do you interview them about their business, asking them about like?
Yep. Yeah, great question. So yeah, I interviewed them about their business, right? I asked them about like what made them get started, like what's something that most people don't know about your business, right? What I know, location is a big. I always ask this too because it's a little bit about real estate and about the area. I say I know location for a business is huge. So what made you choose this area? Right? Kind of like hyping up the city a bit. And when people hear some good things about their city, they're like, yeah, that is me. So for me, I ask them about them, why they got started, what made them have the idea, depending on how unique it is. I usually like to go with food because let's face it, everybody likes free food. And when you give away a gift card, it also provides an experience too, right? I've tried it at other places and it's not the same because when you do a gift card and especially $100, that's usually a meal, depending on how this inflation goes, but that's usually like a meal, right? So when people go and enjoy a meal, then it's, oh, how did you get that? Like, why are we here? How'd you get the gift card? As a matter of fact, I won it from so-and-so agent. And now it's a conversation and then it's experience that they remember. Yeah, go ahead.
A million questions. Do you film it on a DSLR or on your camera? Do you have someone come with you? Do you have like full gear? What?
You can do any of those. Any of them work. I've done it on my phone. I've done it with a camera. I've done it with this. I've done it all of those ways. All of them work and none of them is better. Like None of them, I would say, like blows any other one out of the water. Some of my best videos are the ones where I'm just holding my phone and asking them a couple quick questions. But you know what? People loved this place because it was like a hidden gem, right? So like try and find those like hidden gems, not just the restaurant everybody goes to. What's that hidden gem? And then everybody shared like, oh my gosh, I love this place. I didn't know this about it. And it blew up, right? So for me, it's not always the quality. It's more so the quality of like the camera, the microphone, and getting all that. Look, I've done interviews where I had 2 AirPods just like this. I put one in, I like washed it, gave him the other one. We did an interview just like that, you know? I believe a lot of these things that get in our way are things that we're just holding ourselves back. They're limiting beliefs of why we can't get started. James, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember my one podcast studio where it was like my very first one where I had like all the wall art right behind me? Dude, that's when I had to move back home. I had this ugly yellow wall behind me and I had like my camera stacked on like 4 boxes. And like, that was my setup. So I literally put like wall art right behind me. The entire wall was this ugly yellow, but like this little section was this wall art, right? But I made it work. So a lot of times too, like when we're talking about this camera and getting the right equipment, doing the right things, none of that matters. We all have one of these. This shoots great camera. This shoots great video. What's up, Rena?
So first question was, what made you get started? The second question was, what made you choose this area? And then the third and closing question, please.
I mean, a question I could ask is, so what made you get started? Tell me something that most people don't know about your business.
That was it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So guys, just thinking about different forms of content, interviews are a great way to continue to shoot content, not have to talk about it. And I'll tell you what, I ask 4 questions and I'm an expert. I love doing them, right? So interviews are great. I know Sharon was talking about procrastination. I think that's a big one. And I'll tell you what, you know what a great part about interviews is? If I schedule with somebody in their calendar, I respect their time too much to cancel on them. So even if I'm scared, even if I don't want to get on the camera, I'm still sitting there like, man, James got me on here. I can't cancel on James, right? I need to show up for it. But here's something else that I was doing the one day, right? So, for me, I'm still afraid to get on camera a lot of times. It's not the most easy thing in the world. It just kind of gets a little simpler with time. But I do this exercise, right? So, a lot of times I like the carrot is great. Hey, you're going to grow your business. I think we all can understand here, right? We'll grow our business if we shoot more videos, right? Like that's not really a new thing anymore. But here's what I realized, right? Like I tend to think of myself in the future. Let's say 5-10 years from now, I have like a family, a loved one comes out to me. They need money to start a business or they need money to go ahead and get into college. And I say, hey, I got you taken care of. Or, especially with everything going on with medical bills. I have another family member that comes up to me and says, hey, I need some help with medical bills. I need some help with this. And I say, hey, I got you taken care of. And then I think of that alternate future where I didn't shoot any video. My business grew. And I think we all can say like, hey, I can do pretty good. But let's face it, with video's a multiplier, right? So I didn't shoot video on this future. And then that same family member comes up to me and say, hey, I want to start a business or hey, I want to get into college. And I say, hey, I apologize. I was too afraid to get in front of the camera. And then another family member comes up to me with medical expenses. And I'm like, hey, I apologize. I was too afraid to get in front of the camera. I know it sounds kind of silly, but let's face it. If we don't shoot video, we'll do good, but probably good enough to take care of ourselves. Not good enough to take care of any family member's video expense or medical expenses that come up to us. With video, all of that is possible. So to me, I'm afraid to get in front of the camera, but I am terrified of apologizing to loved ones in the future. James was at this mastermind in Key West. Going into that mastermind, I was shooting video. I was getting in front of people, creating a brand. And these 2 women came up to me. They were so inspired by just being in this room. It was this amazing room that we were in. And they came up to us and they're like, look, we were about to give up on this vision because we did not know how to grow it and we did not know how to brand it. So these 2 women, they were working with the foundation that is literally saving kids from child trafficking all over the world. Not only just saving them, but then raising them in schools, feeding them, housing them, and going through this. And they were about to give up on that entire dream because they didn't know how to brand it. They didn't know how to get in front of people. They just said, we just feel like you're the right person to talk to. I'll tell you what, going into that, I probably would have been like, if you would have asked me to get involved in something like that, I've been like, dude, that's way too big. There's absolutely no way I can do that. That's when I was like 23, 24, right? But there was just something about being in that room and being on video. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do this. So now we are literally saving kids all across the world, Agents Against Child Trafficking. We went over there and shot a documentary on the entire thing, all because I wasn't afraid to get in front of the camera. So I know it sounds a little silly when I'm like, oh, apologizing for that. I'll tell you what, I think about that every day. There are literally kids that we're saving. I don't even know where they are or what's going on, but we are literally saving kids, raising them, feeding them, just because I wasn't afraid to get in front of the camera. So to me, I'm terrified of the future where I stop and those kids stop being saved. What's up, Michelle? I saw you raise your hand again.
Okay, so when you're talking about video, you're talking about like legitimate videos. What about reels? Like I have been taking baby steps and doing like reels and funny reels and stuff every day. Like should I mix and
match?
Videos?
Just mix and match. Absolutely, mix and match. You know, and that's it. I feel like those are two different topics in itself.
What do you mean by that? Reels? I'm sorry.
Those are like shorts. Those are like 30-second videos. Like if you go on TikTok, I think the easiest way to say it is TikTok, because I usually make them on TikTok and then I bring them to every other platform.
Okay, and I do it on Instagram and then like take it to TikTok. So, but because I'm like finding the trending music and trending stuff and then like recreating it, but it's quick enough and it's short enough that it's like not intimidating, I guess. But like you're talking about serious, legit videos that make me terrified for some reason.
You know, I think just the way you phrase it, I didn't look at them as serious, legit videos. I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do some interviews, right? Like for me, if I'm really being honest with myself, the TikToks and reels like freak me out a little bit more. Like, oh gosh, I have to do this dance. I don't do dances or anything like that, but like, you know, I think that's just all like how we place it in. Yeah, James is like, if you start seeing me doing dances, James, come get me. Like, Nick, get your ass up. But no, but you know, I think that's just how we phrase it in our heads, right? These serious, legit videos. I'm interviewing business owners. I get to go eat, just shoot a couple quick video and ask 4 questions, right? So like for me, I think it's just all how we phrase it in our head, for how it is.
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Michelle, like Nick started with the interviews. That was the first thing that I started doing. And you know, I like everybody else, I didn't want to start doing it. I didn't want to, I didn't think I had a camera or whatever. I'm not saying I'm an ugly dude, but I just didn't think, you know, nobody wanted to hear me talk. But you know, he told me the same exact thing, like just do the freaking interviews. And then I started looking at it like, all right, so what's the consequence if I don't do these interviews? Like, what's gonna, how is my business gonna be affected by me not doing the things that he's saying to business? Because that's really what you're doing. You're attracting business instead of chasing it. You know, a lot of times what we do is chasing business. We'll pay for leads, we'll pay for all this other stuff. The easiest lead that you're gonna be able to get is coming to you because they like and trust you. So the interview is literally the easiest thing to do because you questions about that other person. Like, and you look like a rock star. I look better because of the talking to. And that's just a fact of it.
Absolutely, James. I think that's a great point. And it just reminded me of something I like to talk about too, is, you know, like I look at social media like a highway. It's like the social media highway, right? People have spent thousands of dollars just to get up on billboards. It's not so people stop on the side of the road, write down your information and keep driving. It's literally to stay top of mind. Social media and these videos allow us to have a billboard on the highest traveled road that everybody goes on every single day, right? So if we haven't posted a video in, let's say, like 2 months, that's like putting your billboard in a cul-de-sac. No one's going to see it. Probably a couple people are, and then it's just going to be forgotten about. By posting every single day, by posting a couple times a day, which we do, it's like having a billboard on the highway that everybody travels. I like to think of it too as like my social CRM. We all know that a drip campaign works. We do emails and some of them are good. Some we won't get into that. But let's put it this way. Every time you post, it's like putting a deposit into your drip campaign. Except, look, if you guys are in my email campaigns, you know I still believe in email. But that doesn't mean that I'm not doing email and sending out these posts and getting on video and doing these things. So one of the other things I want to get into too is, video texting and how freaking powerful video texting can be, right? So I'm going to give you guys 3 different tactics for these video texts, right? So the first one is every time you hang up the phone with somebody, you set an appointment, they told you to F off, you're following up, they're a nurture, you send them a video message every freaking time. Yes, I'll say it again, every single time. Now, if I know James for like a year or so, if I've already talked to James, I don't send him a video message every time I get up the phone. But if it's the first time we talked, he is definitely getting the video message from me. There are two things that are super, super important that you say in every single, that you do in every video message. The first is always say their first name. Make it personable. One of the biggest things about being a real estate agent is we get compared to like used car salesmen. We get compared to sleazy and all these things. So guess what? If you send a video message, even if it's personal and you don't say their first name, they're going to assume that everybody gets that same message. You need to say their first name in it. The moment you do that, you gain a relationship, right? Here's the second thing. Never, ever, 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 ever watch it before you send it. Do not watch the video message before you send it, because you will take it 20 more times. You will try and shoot it. You might not even shoot it. And then it's going to take 20 minutes to send a 30-second video message. I'm telling you, do not shoot it before, do not watch it before you shoot it. The number one enemy of all video is the play button. The moment you do that, you're fucked. Seriously, you're done. Like there are actors, there are Golden Globe, Oscar award, I don't know, like whatever awards that they win, that go and watch their movies and they pick it apart. And just think about that. They probably shot that take 20 times. They had a full crew of makeup artists, hair, all that thing, wardrobes, and they still pick it apart. Man, what chance? I got no chance. If they're doing that, I got no chance, right? So don't even do it. I do not go back and watch my videos. All I do is see, hey, was it good engagement? If it was great engagement, great. I'm going to shoot more videos like that. That's all I check, right? I'm telling you, do not go back and watch your videos. It will only hurt you. You will not help yourself. See some people smiling like, all right. Seriously, do not click that play button, guys. But in those video messages, so the first one, right after you hang up the phone, hey, James, great talking to you today. I just want to let you know if you have any more questions moving forward, go ahead and let me know. Boom. I'll tell you what, at one point I was dialing 15 hours a day, right? I was calling at 8 a.m. on the East Coast to 8 p.m. on the West Coast. So I was on the phones a lot. And during that time, I can't tell you how many times I got told to F off, right? But then I would still send them a video message. You know what would happen? A week later, they would call me back. A couple of days later, they would call me back. Why? Because they told every agent to F off. And all the agents did. But at the end of the day, I knew they still needed an agent, right? They still needed to go with somebody. So when they did need to go with somebody, they remember that video message. If you do have any questions, hey, I hope you have a better day. I just want to let you know my name is Nick. If you have any questions moving forward, go ahead and let me know. Sent. Also, when you guys set appointments, we had a 25% higher conversion rate, not show up, conversion to listing because of the video message. Why? Because you build rapport before you even walk in. Now, I hate to tell you, we're not the only agent calling, right? So chances are there's about 2 other people coming over there for an appointment. And this would happen. I even talked to one person about it too. They would say like, hey, honey, who's coming over? I don't know, but I know Nick is, because they would just have a bunch of people coming over their house. But that video message makes me a person. It puts a face to the name before I walk in the door. What's up, Michelle?
If you are working with a seller that has only a landline, do you send a letter, a card?
You can.
Okay.
Do they have email?
No, like literally paper and landline, like old.
Send them a carrier pigeon. Send them a carrier pigeon. I don't know. So, I mean, this wouldn't really work for them as much, you know, the video message, right? I think that's a rarity. I'm going to go out on the limb and say that's kind of a rarity. But yeah, I would send them a handwritten card. Oh, woo, I got something for you, right? So one of our coaches came out and talked to me about this, and this was gold. There's actually 2 things that don't have to do with video that I just think are fucking gold that I have to share with you guys. The first is all their past clients, and like someone like that is with their past clients, like once every 2 months, they send them a handwritten note and a lottery ticket, or not a lottery ticket, like a scratch off. Because the scratch off is something that they're going to continue to open it, because, you know, people are going to scratch it off. And if they win, they're going to freaking love you. If not, then they're going to remember you because you're the ones that's sending that. So the scratch off, they said their referrals went through the roof just by sending a $5 scratch off. And here's another an absolute pro tip. If you want people to open your mail, put something a little bit heavier in it. Why? Because like you're going through your mail, you're going like this, no. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what's in here? So they'll actually open your letter, right? Just put like a weight in it or something. And then have that lottery or that scratch off. I'll tell you what, everyone's going to open that. That's literally what everybody does. Nope. Oh, what's in here? What is this? But then here's my other pro tip. Because again, this doesn't have to do with video, but I heard this idea and I thought it was so golden. But I got to tell you, every time you sell or every time you help somebody buy a home, have your photographer come back the day the family's moving in and take family pictures in front of the house and then put your logo on that tastefully in the corner. Why? Because that family portrait, I know my family it was always so hard to round them all up. And a new house, getting the entire family together, they're all going to be there. You take a family picture, the mom or dad's putting that picture right on the mantle. And now your logo's on there every single day. That family picture, it is absolute gold because they're going to constantly look back at it and you are going to stay top of mind. And guess what? When they ask, what is that? You're going to come up all the time because everyone's going to ask, oh, that's such a nice picture. Oh yeah, what is this logo? That family picture is just a great idea for a closing gift. I know we're all trying to come up with great closing gifts. That one I thought was the best one that I heard. What did you? Oh yeah, you were asking about the landline guy. Yeah, I'll tell you what, those scratch offs, they were a game changer. Game changer. Because I'll tell you, when somebody wins, they will never forget you. You send them a $5 scratch off, they win $20. You're like, oh my God, like it just makes people's day. And it's fun too. It's like you're gamifying being a past client. You're gamifying it, right? All right. So the video text. This video text worked amazing. I brought leads back to life that were like 3 to 5 years old because I had a whole list of them, right? Because when I started managing this call center, I was managing about 70 different clients at one time. So I had a huge list. So I just got to play around and feel like, all right, let's try and bring some of these leads back to life. This video message was golden. Well, I would say, hey, first name. Always say the first name, right? Hey, I'll be like, hey, James, we just sold a home right down the street from you. And I thought of you. I just want to follow up and see how you're doing. Simple. Hey, James, just thought of you. We sold a home right down the street from you. And I thought of you. How's it going? Just want to follow up. When you say their first name, hey, we just sold a home down the street. I thought of you, James. I just want to see how you're doing. Man, we got people resurrected from the dead on that video message right there, right? So video messages are a great way to continue to get in front of more people too. And I always say the difference between a contact and a contract is the letter R, the relationship that you have. You want to get more contracts, man, get better relationships. Video message is a great way to form better relationships. All right, guys, what other questions you guys have? I mean, I could sit here and talk about video all day, but at the same time too, I'm sure there are specific things that you guys all have. If it's a question, it's something small. I always say you guys can spend 5 hours, 5 days, 5 months figuring it out, or you can ask me, we can solve it in about 5 minutes. So what do you guys have? What can I do to help you guys get to the next level?
Are you leaving that video text for contacts that didn't answer at one point?
Anybody that I speak to gets a video message.
Okay.
Now, if I did everyone that didn't answer, man, that would take a lot of time. So it's anybody who picked up the phone. I don't care if they told me to F off. I just sent them a video message right after. Right. And I sent it just from my cell phone, just with the basic app, nothing special. Literally shoot it and send it. I'll tell you what, new followers. If you know people are following you in the area, if you're talking about Instagram, that's a great way to gain a relationship with people. Who's liking my videos? Shoot them a video message. Right? Just let them know you're a real estate agent. What's up, Rena?
Yeah, with regards to shooting the videos, I've tried that with my KV Core lead generation. You call, send texts, whatnot. But I find, just to let you know, with the core video, I didn't get any positive responses. I go into the script, right? The script that I have, or I just say, hey, give me a call if you have any other questions. You can reach me at this number. I didn't get one response. Could you perhaps maybe
yeah.
advise me on what I did wrong or what I can do?
Yeah, I think a lot of times too, when it's scripted, people can sense that. And also, if I'm sitting in my studio and I'm shooting a video message, or I'm sitting in an office, it doesn't feel as authentic. I usually shoot my videos when I'm on a walk, when I'm leaving the gym, when I'm sitting there in my car waiting for an appointment, because they see that as more human and it's more personable, and also that I took time out of my busy day to send it to them, right? So I never ever shoot my video messages just sitting down in my office. Cause I'll be like, hey man, I was just thinking about you. It's like, dude, you're mic'd up. You have like you're all dressed up. Like, no, you're doing these, right? You know, like, so for me, when I shoot these video messages, it comes off as really personable when I'm not like sitting somewhere. Look, when I'm leaving the gym, I literally get my hair a little bit crazy too. And I send it to some people. Why? Because it's funny and people open it, you
I
know?
see. Okay, that makes sense. I'll give that a shot and see what happens. I'd have to manually call them from my cell phone than from the KV Core lead gen.
Well, I think that might be a little bit of a help too. If it does come from a cell phone, or if it does come from here, I don't know how it looks on a KV Core. Because sometimes when you send it, you know how you get like that tiny looking video with the small play button. So sometimes I don't know how it looks. I can't tell you if it is or isn't off a KV Core. But what I can tell you is, number one, if y'all don't get an iPhone, go get an iPhone for this reason. Because if you have an Android, those little tiny videos don't, it's a little bit more difficult, right?
Okay.
But anyways,
Thanks.
yeah, that's one of my big things is, you know, like actually being on the move, actually doing these in places, doing it, leaving the gym. Why? I'll tell you what, one of my best video messages was, I told Lisa during the video, not true. Oh, you talking about iPhone, Shelly? Yep. No. Hey, Shot. All I'm saying is when I see that blue message, you know, like you're automatically no. But anyways, I'm with you.
No, I do videos on my phone all the time, and that they're perfect. They come out really nice. I just started my YouTube channel this year.
Right.
Those videos, and I get a lot of traction. They're not little, and I have a Galaxy.
Oh, no. I definitely see where you're coming from. I'm saying sometimes the compatibility of sending a video message through the Android to an iPhone or vice versa, they come in a little smaller. Sometimes some Androids, some don't. And I'm not saying like the quality of the video itself, because shit, I think Androids actually shoot better quality if you're looking at the camera itself. But as far as the compatibility of sending it out, I found more difficulties with them. So I wasn't trying to dog your videos there, Shelly. No, but anyways, what was I talking about? I don't remember.
The gym.
Oh, yeah. I was shooting this one video message to Lisa, and I told Lisa, man, Lisa, I messed this video up so much, and my brother started throwing things at me. Well, you know what? I'm just going to send it to you anyways. She called me back in 20 seconds, dying laughing, and we signed her up in our business, right? So here's something that you guys should write down. The imperfection is the connection. The imperfection is the connection. Those things that you want to edit out of the videos are probably the exact reason someone's going to want to work with you. I was working with this one agent. I won't say his name, right? So I was working with this one agent. He shot the most pristine videos. Man, I'll tell you what, these videos were to the nine. They could have been on the Food Network, right? And one day I was talking to him, and I kept telling him, like, man, you should shoot some other videos that don't look like that. He's like, no. He's like, I want to get attracted to a certain type of person, right? So he got a call from one of his buddies. He said, hey, man, I'm selling my home. Who should I go with? He's like, why are you calling me and asking this, right? He's like, no, man, it's only $750,000. Like, you don't want this. Like, this is in your price range. Who should I go to for this? He's like, oh, that's exactly in my price range. He's like, no, man, I see your videos. Like, you only do luxury like $1 million at least. So think about this. Think about how many people saw his pristine to the nine great videos and didn't call him because they felt intimidated. Because they felt like, man, he wouldn't want my little old $750,000 listing. True story. And just think about how many listings, how many leads he lost because of that reason. Those little things that you leave out of your video are the exact reason people are going to work with you. The dog that was barking in the background in the beginning of this, the kid that's running in the background. You know how many times that's happened to other people? They're going to laugh and they're going to instantly relate. And that's all we're trying to do in video. We're not trying to sell ourselves on being their agent. We just want them to like us. Know, like, and trust, right? We've all heard that before. All right, before I kind of get wrapping this up here, I want to just share this one thing. So this was about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I was having drinks with this one guy who worked at Zillow, pretty high up too in marketing, right? And I think I got him to drink a little much because, you know, he started sharing some things and he was laughing when he was saying this. He's like, man, he's like, you know how much agents really help out our business? And I'm like, oh yeah, they buy Zillow. He's like, no, it's not that. He's like, really think about it from a posting standpoint. So when we started talking about it, guys, stop just posting, just listed, just sold, just the pictures. When you do that, I know everyone's like, oh damn, like why? Like everybody does it. But here's what we do. We are training people to pick a home and then pick the real estate agent out of the hat. When we just say, just sold, take a look at the house. We're literally just saying, hey, look at the house. That's the only thing that's important here. Not how many calls I had to make, not what I had to do to get in front of it. Here's what you should start doing. Every time you just sell or just buy a house, stand in front of the house and shoot a video and talk about what you had to do to get that family in there. Let them know they choose the agent and you will find them the home. If you keep just posting homes, you are literally training people to just look at a home and what? Choose the agent out of a hat. Isn't that exactly what Zillow is? Find a home, pick an agent, just find me one. It doesn't matter who it is. I want this home. If we keep just posting just pictures of the home, we are training people to go to Zillow. We are saying, I am a commodity. The home is what's important. And we know that's not true. They don't know what went into that. They don't know what you had to do, how long you had to stay up, all these things that you had to do. Negotiations, what fell through. So then I had to get them people back on the phone. That is what you should talk about. And I'll tell you what, way more people are going to start coming to you. What's going on, Anthony?
Hey, yeah, I was wondering, do you have like an example of a video that has brought you clients or, you know, like one of your top trending videos? So I can kind of get an idea of like what to imitate in my own business.
I could give you like 5 different people to just kind of go look at. So like, what kind of videos are you looking to do? That's the main question, right? So like, what are you really looking to do? Because like, there's a lot of different videos that I can send you that's gotten us business in a lot of different ways, right? So I own a real estate branding company. I'm not actually buying and selling. So my videos might not be able to help you as much as some of our clients' videos, right?
Oh, my goal is to get people to call me.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I'll tell you what, I think a lot of times too, the videos work well, but I'll tell you what, even like the highest branded videos don't always just have people reaching out to you all day. The clients that we work with at a high level that really maximize it, take the videos, people have liked it, have shared it, and they send them to them. They DM them and say, hey, did you see this? And you open the lines of communication. Because I'll tell you what, if you want to shoot videos and want people to reach out to you, it's going to take some time if it happens. I'll tell you what, DMing people, getting in people's inboxes, sharing the video to other individuals, that's the best way that we've been able to convert at a high level. So I'll tell you what, YouTube videos, what we usually do too with YouTube, top 3 areas to live in Atlanta. And then you go into the neighborhoods and you talk about each neighborhood. Anything that is like top 3, top 5, top 10 areas to live, those are very high performing videos on YouTube and very high performing videos in other areas. If you want to start somewhere, that's where I would start. Top 3 areas to live in and Peachtree City. And then you go into each neighborhood. You want to get a little bit higher price points of one that has a high turnover as well, right? But if I was going to do a video series, that's where I would start. Top 5 places to live. And then you just nail the different locations that you want to live at. Because guess what? When you have buyers that start to look in those areas too, like, hey, I just shot a video about why this neighborhood is so great. Go ahead and watch it.
Hey, Nick.
What's up?
So
I see you, Micah. I'll come back.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway, so I'm doing a lot of videos, and the ones that really work to get the phone ringing are about new things that are going on in the area. So new construction, that kind of stuff. I did a video on West Shore, which is a new construction project with Toll Brothers. I did a whole video on it, and I mean, maybe like 630 people watched it, but I got 5 phone calls, right? And I'm still getting phone calls from that video that I shot a couple of months ago. So it lasts longer than you think. And for phone calls, that seems to be the biggest one.
Yeah. Well, and I think here's all I'd say, Anthony, and this is why I was trying to find the answer for you. And here's the right one. There's no one video that I get the phone ringing. It's the amount of videos that you do. It's the consistency of videos that you do, right? Let me ask you this. Is it Della. What was that? You're muted.
Yeah.
Della.
I muted.
So let me ask you this. Was that the first video that you've ever shot?
No, absolutely not. No.
You shoot a lot of videos, correct?
Yes.
I had a feeling that you did. So it's the combination of staying in front of your audience as well as that video hit home, right?
Right.
It's like, all right, maybe I'll go and shoot another video on that after it. But it's the consistency of being on video that gets to that point of the phone ringing. It is not even one video or one type of video or one series of videos. It is the consistency at which you put it out. Because I'll tell you what, there's one thing that everybody loves to do, and it's hit that back arrow and find something else. If we don't keep posting and entertaining, go ahead, Yella.
So I was off of social media for like 2 months, basically, because I had a lot of other crap going on, blah, 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 excuses. Anyway, I was talking to a potential client, and he said to me, and he's not a subscriber, right, on my YouTube channel or anything like that. He said to me, "Oh, I haven't seen you do a video in a while.
Yes.
Is everything okay?" So even when people don't subscribe, like whatever, all those,
they're the ones who watch it the most.
They are still watching. And I get people talking to me about my videos when I'm out in social situations in my farm all the time. Yeah. And it's like, oh, I didn't think anybody looked at this shit, right? I had no idea people were actually watching until I go and am with them in person. Yeah. So I think especially with new video stuff, new channels, new anything, we think that it's going to take a lot more people watching and whatever. Listen, I'm not trying to be like PewDiePie. That's not going to be me, So,
right.
But it's important to them that I'm still doing it because they're interested. And just because they don't subscribe or whatever doesn't mean they're not watching.
And that's a great point. And it made me think of something we just started to do too. So I can't come on here and say, hey guys, go ahead and do this. I know it like the back of my hand, but we just started to do this based on something that we learned in another industry. Because, everybody thinks their opinion matters, and whether it does or not, is not the point of this. So what we do is we do a poll. Hey guys, I'm going to interview somebody. Which one of these interviews do you want to see? Or, hey guys, I'm going to do a local business. Which one of these do you want to see? And you get people to vote on a poll. But here's the beauty of it. Right after it's done, you get the answers because you see you voted on it. Now, when you shoot that video, you DM, let's say Diella, like you message me and you DM, like you voted on interviewing James's Bistro. So after I interview it, hey Diella, I appreciate your vote. I wanted to go ahead and share this video with you. Did you see this? And now what you do is you open up the communication channel, right? Now, a lot of times people watch my videos, but they don't say anything. They don't comment, right? And then I don't have a reason to reach out. But now that I start getting people's opinions and now they feel a part of the brand, a part of the movement, they're going to vote more. I'm going to send them to it. And all of a sudden, what's it called? Now it's going to be like a reason to reach out and open the communication channel. Michael, what's going on, girl? Come on. I see you raising the hand, waiting patiently. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm just heavy on the Zoom etiquette in these days because I spend so much time on them. So just out of respect to don't want to be long-winded, but I wanted to share with Anthony that the videos are about staying top of mind and being that go-to person. When you make your videos, make sure you make them public because people will share them. A lot of times when you're posting, you think it's all about what your audience is. It's a lot of times it's in the people that don't never like, they don't never comment, they don't never do anything, but they still support you behind the scenes. And so I basically stay top of mind. I started doing a lot of video. And when people actually reach out to me, they know I'm about business because they know she's hustler. They label me as like a hustler. So this past week, I literally got 2 listings because people in my inbox. So pay attention to your inbox on Facebook. One of them, I haven't seen that girl in forever. She was like, girl, we got this Airbnb, will you list it? I still haven't seen her. I sent the contract over, haven't even seen the house. The bottom line is staying top of mind. Don't think too hard about it. Like Nick said, make it public. People will share and don't focus on the likes and the comments. The people that don't like and comment are the people that support me.
I like it. I like it. That just leads me to remember. That's a great point. The most valuable real estate is the real estate in people's minds. Once people think of you when they think of real estate agent, that's what winning looks like. I can't tell you how many of these groups I go into where it's like, my friend or family member went with another person. What should I do? And everyone's like, screw them, like never talk to them again. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, so you didn't establish yourself as an expert and you're blaming them. Wow. If you want to take that victim mentality, you can kick rocks because we don't do that. We do 100% accountability, 0 excuses. If somebody went with somebody else, we did not do a good enough job staying in front of them. And it's not because we didn't solidify ourselves as an expert. It's that whole idea of the billboard again, right? There was another agent who had a bigger billboard that was shouting from the rooftop. Hey guys, I'm a real estate agent. Come work with me. That's what videos do all the time. Those listings that we don't even know we're losing out on as referrals, we're losing because we're not staying top of mind, because we don't own the real estate up here. That's what videos really do for your audience too. All those 3,000 friends that you have, 5,000 friends that you guys have that are on your Facebook. If you don't have them, start building them up. Some great ways to do it is doing interviews, right? But it's owning the real estate in people's minds. So when they think real estate agent, they think of me, all the referrals go to me, all their business goes to me, and everybody wins.
All right, Mark had a question.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, have you ever used a program like Interactor or something like that, where you can put buttons on the videos to where people can make choices, or whether it'll take them to a different playlist, or whether will help with a vote or something like that?
I have not, but I'm going to right after this. I think that's a great idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. I've used polls and then used polls to help decide what the content is, but I like that idea too. You know, it's just another way to get people's opinions and to get different, I'll tell you what, getting people to share, getting people to interact is huge. So I like that Interactor. I didn't know I was going to be coming on here and getting a tool. Thank you, man.
All right, we got about 3 minutes here. Anybody else got a question for Nick?
3 minutes, guys. Damn, speechless. I think you guys are all just admiring my fake plant here. I know it's been kind of stealing the show, right?
Hey, Nick, this is Gilbert
What's
in Las Vegas. I always, when I'm thinking about shooting a video, I feel and I always feel fun when you first start shooting.
I'm losing you, man. Is it me or is it?
It must be me.
You sound better now.
It's all good. Yeah, go ahead, man. Or maybe not. You want to put it in the chat? You might be able to put it in the chat.
How did you overcome in the beginning? It feels.
I just started to hear you too.
Yeah.
We're getting it, Gilbert. I got you, man. At the beginning, it feels like what?
Yeah, I think he's putting it in the chat now.
Right.
Looks like he's typing or whatever. Anybody else want to jump in with a question?
Oh yeah, first talking to myself. Right, I really feel like, what was that? When I shoot video, I really feel like, what was it, like Dr. Phil right here. In the beginning, what did you feel like, Gilbert? Like these new chairs that I got, I'm just loving them. All right, let's see what else we got.
They just putting it all in.
I'm sitting on the edge of my chair on this anticipation. I want to know what he's. Feels strange talking to myself. Yeah. Gilbert, I'm definitely with you. That's why I highly recommend, if you guys are getting started with video, get started with video interviews. Interviews are the easiest way to get started with video. It's not just you talking on the camera. It's a great way to get started and get used to it. I'll tell you what, here's a little cheat code that I do too. When I shoot a video just by myself, I don't use scripts because then I could fuck up a script. I don't believe in scripts. Because if I have a script, then I'm going to think about the script. And then if I mess up one word in it, I'm like, oh God, that's not according to the script. And then my whole brain just goes crazy. I have like 3 talking points, right? So before every video, I usually write a post. I do all my videos live. Why? Because then I can't go back and reshoot them anyways. So for me, what I do is I write a description, which is literally what I'm going to talk about in the video. and I read that description like 3 times, and I'm like, all right, I know it. I do a video. I like to have just specific talking points, not a script. If I have a script, then I think about the script and it comes off as unauthentic. And then I think about messing up the script. And then I try and think about what I'm supposed to say next instead of just saying it. If I'm going to do a video, it's probably because I'm pretty confident in the topic. So now I just say, hey, what are my 3 talking points? Here's what I'm going to shoot. If it were me and I was getting started, which I did at one point, I would do interviews. Why? Because you get more comfortable on camera. It's easier. And I would do it with somebody who's comfortable with being on camera. James is a great person to interview, right? I would do it with somebody who's comfortable on camera because then they're going to be comfortable. It's going to make me feel comfortable and I'll eventually get better and better and better.
Question.
Gotcha, James. What's up?
Okay. How long are your videos on average?
Oh, great question. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. Seriously.
Oh, okay.
Everyone out there is going to tell you it's got to be 2 minutes. It's got to be 5 minutes. It's got to be 10 minutes. Look, am I saying some might perform a little bit better? Possibly. But here's the thing. Us trying to edit down the videos, us trying to create the video that's going to be that 2 minutes, that's going to do all these things. The amount of time that goes into that, I could have shot 5 videos. My 5 videos are going to beat anybody's one perfect video because that doesn't even exist. So when we think about what time to post, how long is it going to be? You know what I say? It doesn't matter what time. It doesn't matter how long. The only question is how many times. And the answer is never enough, right? I'm not in the mindset, look, like for me, live with leaders, James, you know how many people told me that was way too freaking long? It wasn't going to work. It's got to be under an hour. We did a virtual mastermind that was 9 hours long. 10,000 people showed up live and the average watch time was 6.5 hours. Most people were telling me it's got to be done after an hour, man. It's not going to be able to make it. But look, I know if the content's good, people are going to stay, right? Has anybody here seen the movie Endgame? Marvel's Endgame? That movie was like 3.5 hours long, man. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time tuning in. And that was 3.5 hours. I get it. Like everyone says, it's got to be 30 seconds, 2 minutes or less. You got to post at 8 a.m. I used to have my one thing up and it said, don't compete, dominate. If I'm looking to dominate, I'm not posting just at 8 a.m. That's competing because everybody's going to be doing the same thing that these self-proclaimed gurus say. 2 minutes at 8 a.m. Go, go, go. Do it, do it, do it. And I spent 2 weeks trying to shoot a video that's going to be 2 minutes. I'm a little passionate about this because it actually kind of pisses me off how everybody tells you it has to be this way, because then it creates that, what did she say at the beginning? Or analysis by paralysis, right? Paralysis by analysis. But it creates this whole thing in our head that our videos have to be this way. And then we start talking ourselves out of it. Then we start trying to shoot a shorter video, then a longer video, then editing the video to make that mark. It seriously does not matter. Shoot the video, post the video, shoot the video, post the video. If I post a video at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., noon, 5, and the guru posts a 2-minute video at 8 a.m., who's going to win? I'm going to win, right?
So question again. So if you're doing do you do live on Facebook, for example?
I go live all the chances I can get.
Okay.
Because live is better for you because boom, everyone gets a notification that you're live. And also it doesn't give me the ability to go back and edit it or reshoot it. So for me, that it gives me more so peace of mind. It might seem a little bit scarier at first, but I'll tell you what, it gives me peace of mind because I know once I shoot it, I don't look at it. I don't even have a chance to look at it before I post it. It's already there. So I'll just move on. Yeah. But the number one enemy of live is that play button. Seriously, do not watch it. Great question. Great question.
So, Nick, man, we definitely appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You know, you all honestly reach out to this brother. He is gonna take the business to the next level. You know, the content cards that I've showed so many people and that we get from him and amongst so many other stuff. So, you know, definitely regarding that. Appreciate everybody for coming on. I want to be respectful of his time. I'm sharing with everybody. Few couple of things, right? I mean, I've been taking notes over here, and I hope everybody else has been doing as well. Once every 2 weeks, do a video interview. Mortgage lender, local vendors, business owners. Google the top in your city. Shoot a video at those top 10 places. One time a month, to a local business owner, giveaways, $100. You know, I know he kept saying that, but at the end, ask you know, ask them not. You got more giveaways, video text messages. You just start doing that. That was a big deal. When sending, you know, when sending out a video, mention the person's first name. Pro tip: send people your information, and scratch off referrals will increase. The scratch off thing, I'm gonna use that. You know, I mean, especially in Atlanta, man, like, you know, dollars. So I mean, that's real simple for like some of the clients that you're really close with, or not. You're looking to impact, and then stop posting just so, you know, take the video in front of the house and tell the story. You know, don't turn them into. That was a big one as well. Do a pile of social media that you know, want to hear, and then show the video and tag them on it. Not pile, but do a poll. Mixed up in my little spell check, but do a poll on social media about what information here, and then turn around and shoot that video, and then actually tag them on. That was huge. Videos make you top of mind, occupy somebody else's space in their mind. I like that part of it. And then the last but not least, don't compete. So I love it. Y'all definitely, you know, share some of your takeaways on agent builders. If you're not part of agent builders, just reach out to your sponsor. They'll make sure you're part of. That's our Facebook private group. But Nick, man, like, once again, dude, always deliver, man. Always great to have you on, dude. Like for real, took a lot out of what you was able to share.
Hey, James, man, I just love partnering with people like you, working with people just like yourself, just in that growth mindset, right? When there's a law of abundance, there's enough homes for all of us to sell. There's enough business for all of us to get. That's what I truly believe in, and that's why we're here, man. So I appreciate you guys having me on, and we'll see you on the next one then.
All right. If you all are a guest and you know that somebody invited you, back out to the person that invited you and share with them some of your biggest takeaways as well. We would love to, you know, tell you a little bit more about what our group is about, and you know, stuff we've been able to do to grow our business. So with that being said, y'all, let's go ahead and dominate the rest of the week, and let's get some things going and stuff on the contract going into next week.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks, James. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.